In this episode 63 of the Daily Hustle, we are talking about overcoming objections, the last part of the sales process. This is going to be big for you in your business. Also, we talk about historical facts of Pompeii.
Broadcasting from the box that rocks and Thrive15.com world headquarters, it's the Daily Hustle with Daniel McKenna.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is episode 63 of the Daily Hustle. Over to my left, Marshall F. Morris. Somewhere in between me and Marshall, there's a koala that's hanging on a silver horse head. I don't know what that's about. Different story, I suppose. And I'm Daniel McKenna. This is episode 63 of the Daily Hustle. Today, we are talking about overcoming objections and the deal wheel. In the previous episode, we closed out the series about the sales formula: rapport, needs, benefits, close. Marshall, give them the 20-second summary about the rapport, needs, benefit, close if they did not listen to those episodes that we went so far into depth about.
So rapport, needs, benefits, close. First, rapport, people must trust and like you before they're going to buy from you. Needs, you must identify or create a need. You have to create the problem. You have to show the problem to the prospective buyer. Benefits, you have to show the value of your particular product or service as a solution to their problem. And the close, you must ask for the business at the end of the sale.
If you did not catch all that wizardry right there, as Marshall sets off more alarms on his phone.
It's cool.
It was a good summary, though. It was a good summary.
It was an excellent summary.
Your stock was up, and then the alarm went off, and now your stock's somewhere in the middle again.
It's destroyed all my credibility.
We have that in previous episodes. In this episode, episode 63, we are talking about the deal wheel and overcoming objections. The next step to this RNBC process here, Marshall. This is episode 63. Didn't find a whole lot of relevant information for the number 63. Did find out that Willie Lanier played for the Chiefs back in the 60s and 70s.
Never heard of him.
Postseason honors for 8 consecutive years. Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer, 1986, middle linebacker.
Still never heard of him.
Good on Willie.
Didn't hear of him.
And because I was, we were running out of great jersey numbers to use for these segments, I started going a little historical here.
Okay.
Year 63 AD. Pompeii. Maybe you've heard of Pompeii? City at the foot of Mount Vesuvius. You heard of Pompeii?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, there was a big earthquake there.
Okay.
People freaked out. Many of the 20,000 we're out. Big earthquake. The volcano is going to go off. Got out of there. Well, turns out it was okay. Not a big deal. Until, 16 years later, year 79, when the volcano did go off and just destroyed an entire city. Which is kind of crazy to think about.
4 to 6 meters of volcanic ash and pumice.
20 feet tall worth of just ash. The site was lost for about 1,500 years, and then brought a rediscovery another 150 years later after that in 1748. Can you imagine Tulsa? We're in Tulsa right now. Can you imagine Tulsa just some storm happening, and then for the next 1,600 years, people don't even know that there was a city here? That's crazy.
Yeah, I would say for the first 1,600 years, the most recent 1,600 years, people don't know Tulsa's here.
That's fair. People are just now discovering in a broader sense, the broader rediscovery.
That's right.
So yeah, there's some, 63 AD was the warning call, and then people that didn't get out of there, well, they're legends now. They're historical legends.
That's right.
Okay.
Right up there with Willie Lanier.
Them and Willie Lanier. Okay, let's get into this here, Marshall. The objection. You built the rapport. You found some needs. You pointed out some needs. You said, here's how my product or service can fulfill those needs. Here's my benefits. Let's close you. Let's go in for the... Is it going to be a credit card or a debit card? And then what happens? What happens, I don't know an actual percentage, but for any small business owner out there, I'm assuming it's somewhere at the very least, half of the time. At the very least, half the time, you're going to get the, well, it's, it's the price, or, I got to talk to the wife, or, I'm not sure about this. There's a whole bunch of different objections, right? They're not ready to close the deal. Maybe some of those objections are price. Maybe it's complacency. I'm fine with the solution that I have now. Fear of change. Lack of trust in you to solve the problem. You didn't do an adequate job of proving like you're the one that can solve their problems. Maybe some personal politics. Oh, my wife's sister is going to do that. Oh, but lack of decision-making ability. This I see a lot. People just can't make the decisions. So like, let me get back to you. This sort of thing. Any other main objections I'm leaving off here? Anything that you've run into, maybe?
I think all of these are right on the money. And I think if you ask any salesperson, they'll experience these, okay, at some point. Ultimately, I would say it comes down to the main three. No time, no money, no need.
No time, no money, no need.
That's right.
No scrubs.
No scrubs.
That's the fourth one.
Yeah.
Fourth objection. I don't want no scrubs.
No scrubs.
It's fair.
So we're going to teach everybody how to overcome any one of those today.
So the typical sales guy, and I can say typical because I've been around a lot of sales guys. You and I have been sales guys. In some capacity, we are still sales guys. If you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're always a sales guy, right? The typical sales guy, and maybe this is somebody on your team, not you at home, obviously. Not you, somebody else. They get through the whole sale process, they get to the close, the objection comes up. They're like, I don't know, just the price. And you're like, oh, yeah. All right, well, see you later. All right, Bill, get back to me. All right, they kind of like, you're like, you shut it down. You're like, yep, it's not going to happen.
Let me know if you change your mind.
Let me know if you change your mind. From the book Ultimate Sales Machine from Chet Holmes. We've done a lot from Chet Holmes recently. He's quoted as saying, if you remember that an objection is an opportunity to close, you will always be happy to hear one. Marshall, what is Chet Holmes talking about here? Why? The objection is them saying no. The objection is them saying, I don't want to pay you. And Chet Holmes is saying, you should be happy that they're telling you, I don't want to pay you. What's he talking about?
Basically, what he's saying is they're clearly articulating the only thing that's preventing them from buying. And so if you see that for what it is, hey, I would buy except for this, it specifically targets for you the one thing that you need to get past in order to close the deal with them.
So they are identifying their limiting factor in this capacity. They're identifying this is the thing, or these are the things that are keeping me from paying you, which now gives you the ammo of what you need to talk about to get them to pay you.
That's right.
Okay. So the move here, the mastery move, is something that we call the deal wheel.
The deal wheel.
The deal wheel. Marshall, we're going to get into the deal wheel here. Because I believe you are a master of the deal wheel.
Yeah.
You have a black belt in the deal wheel. You have many ribbons on your jacket because of the deal wheel.
Yeah, a lot of patches.
When you go to conferences, your badge says VIP Deal Wheel Man.
Okay. I get behind that.
Okay. So let's talk about this. Let's dive into this a little bit. The objection. Let's say the objection. You went through your pitch. You did the whole thing. The objection. Oh, man, you know what? Sounds good. I just, money's a little tight right now. Can't really afford that right now. So we'll do some role playing here, Marshall. You'll be the sales guy. I'll be the guy giving you the objection.
Okay.
Okay. So you just went through your pitch, and I'm like, oh, man, that is. Let's see, what are you selling me here? That koala, that little like clip-on koala right there. That is cool. I could totally see having that clip-on koala at my house. I just don't have the money right now. Maybe in a month or two, then maybe I'll have the money then. I like the koala. Everything you said about the koala is pretty cool. I just can't afford it right now.
So, and this is coming from a downloadable that we have available for everybody. So if you want this downloadable, this visual representation, this PDF document, you just email us at info@thrive15.com and we will get that over to you. Just email us if you want the Deal Wheel downloadable.
Shout out to all the visual learners out there. I'm with you.
That's right. Okay. So number 1 is empathize. You must empathize. So what you're going to do is you're going to repeat back what the potential buyer said in the form of a question. Okay. So you said, yeah, you said, I like it.
I like it. I just can't afford it right now. Can't do it right now.
Okay. So what you're saying is that you can't afford it, but price is kind of like an issue for you. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, so that's step 1. You got to repeat back to them what they are saying. Repeat back the objection to them in the form of a question. Okay, so saying, so price is the issue. Is that right? And then you got to do the wounded dog move.
Dog.
Number 2, the wounded dog.
People don't like wounding dogs, Marshall. This already sounds like a bad idea.
Has anybody you're maybe driving in your car and on the side of the road you see a wounded dog? You're like, that's the wounded dog move.
You have to pretend you saw a wounded dog?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Emotionally, you just have to go there.
Okay.
It's the wounded dog move.
Okay.
It's patent pending.
Patent pending. Wounded dog. Got it.
Okay. So you got to suck air in through your teeth, and you just got to commit. Something happens when you do this. They're like, oh my gosh. So you got to suck air in through your teeth. And you say, I can appreciate that. Let me ask you, what do you mean by that? And you request more information. Okay. So step 1, you empathize. Step 2 is you appreciate. I can appreciate that. Let me ask you, what do you mean by that? Okay. So they've told you price is an issue, and then you dig a little bit deeper. What do you mean by that? You ask the potential buyer, what do you mean by that?
Oh, that koala, I did not expect to pay $5,000 for that clip-on koala. I can see why there's value for that clip-on koala. I was thinking it's probably going to be more in like the $8 range based on the size of it, but $5,000, I could see why it's worth $5,000. I just don't have the $5,000 to spend on that right now.
So now you move to step 3. You ask a leading question. Ask a leading question. So the ask the leading question move is designed to avoid any direct conflict with the objection. Okay. So you put everything out in the open. What is it that's preventing you from buying the koala? And you isolate it. And then you got to sound the most sincere that you've ever sounded when you ask this next question. Okay. Assuming that price, or whatever the objection that the buyer has is, assuming that price was not an issue, in your mind, what is the main reason that you were looking to buy a stuffed koala? Okay, so you ask the question in your mind, moving beyond the objection, what's the main reason that you like the koala and you were looking to buy a koala in the first place? So you ask the potential buyer, in the perfect world, price not an issue. Let's take that off the table. Let's assume you had all the money in the world. Dan, why were you looking at buying a koala in the first place?
Well, I have a silver horse head just like that at my house, and I could see why that clip-on koala just really, makes that horse head really shine. Really like sets a nice little tone to it. And I just feel like I need something, new in my life, and I think this clip-on koala, I believe, is that new thing I need. So I could totally see why that clip-on koala has value.
So step 1 is empathize. Step 2 is appreciate. Step 3 is ask a leading question. And step 4 is after they've articulated to you why they wanted to buy the clip-on koala in the first place, you move into the supporting benefit. And this is how you phrase it. This move draws from the law of credibility. Law of credibility from soft selling in a hard world. The law of credibility. You got to support every claim with fact. Okay? So it goes like this. You're exactly right. And just by saying that, most buyers are not used to being told that they're right during the sales process. So this is the first thing where they're like, hey, this guy's like on my team. He's agreeing with me. It's flooding my brain with dopamine. It's making me feel good. I like this guy. You're exactly right. In fact, many of our clients felt the exact same way as you feel now. Just by saying that part, many of our clients right now felt the exact same way as you feel now. It makes them feel like what they're going through is not unusual. Having that apprehension, feeling that, I don't know, maybe not. Having that feeling within them is part of the process of buying this clip-on koala.
And you told me that they are clients, meaning that they already bought.
That's right.
Okay.
So you're exactly right. In fact, many of our clients originally felt the same way you do now when we first started working with them. And what they found is that, and then you have a benefit supported by a fact, okay? What they found is that this koala has complemented their silver horse heads at home in the same way that you are looking to do that as well. And what they found is that the joy brought to them by this clip-on koala increased their happiness by at least 17%. Benefit supported by fact.
By real fact, not something you just made up right then, probably.
I didn't make that up right then.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general, like you should probably have a real fact.
Yeah, real fact.
Okay.
So we're building on this number 4. We're building on this number 4 supporting benefit. You're exactly right. In fact, many of our clients felt the exact same way as you do now when we first started working with them. And what they found is benefit supported by fact. So let me ask you, and then you go right back into the close. Let me ask you, were you wanting to go ahead and take shipment of your clip-on koala today or tomorrow?
So you isolated my objection. You said, if price wasn't an issue, tell me about why you'd want this. You kind of let me sell myself again. You said, okay, well, if I took away my objection, which was price, and I said price wasn't a thing, well, here's all the reasons why I would be interested. I kind of sell myself again.
That's right.
And then you come and say, you know what? You're exactly right. We have a lot of people, well, a lot of our clients, keyword, a lot of our clients who felt the same way. They were in your shoes. And you just kind of sneakily told me like they were in your shoes and they also went ahead and bought it.
Yep.
They didn't punk out. You don't say that, but they were in your shoes and they went ahead and bought.
That's right.
And then you support that with a benefit and a fact. You say, yeah, I know that they thought that, $5,000 was too much for this koala. I could see why you'd feel that. We've had other clients feel that way. But what we found is benefit. Once they got that home, bam, 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 bam. Fact, it turns out that just by having that koala on that silver horse head, it actually kept the horse head's value up over time to where the cost difference like played itself out. Like it wasn't like a big expense. Like fact, like benefit, fact.
That's right. So let's do this real time for them.
Let's do it.
Real time role playing.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to be the buyer or do you want to be the buyer?
I'll be the buyer. I'm having fun over here. I'm buying stuff.
Let's do wedding photography.
Okay. All right. It's weird that you would choose that, but okay.
You're buying.
I mean, it's just
photography.
me, you, and Sam in here, but that's fine.
It's just on my mind.
Okay. Okay, I'm buying wedding photography. Got it.
That's right.
Something I have no knowledge of. Go ahead.
I'm going through the entire sales process. I get to the close.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, did you want to do credit card or debit card, Daniel?
Oh. Well, all this looks good. It solves, everything we were looking for, really. I just want to, this is a big deal. Wedding photography is a big deal. I want to make sure that, it's the right fit. So how about I just call you back next week? I'll call you back next week, and that way I'll get a chance to like look everything, and I'll call you back next week.
Okay. Let me ask you, what do you see as maybe the main obstacle for you to go ahead and move forward here today?
Well, I just want to be sure. Like, it's a big investment. These are pictures we'll have forever. My fiance's over there. She won't quit eating cake. So I kind of like need to hurry up and get out of here so she won't like keep eating all of the cake. So I love what you guys do. The pictures are great. I enjoyed talking to you. The prices are fair. I just want to be sure. I just want to make sure it's a good fit. So I can just call you back next week though.
So what I'm hearing you say is it's a big investment, and you want to consult with your fiance after she's finished eating all the cake.
Yeah, I've got to get her to quit eating cake.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, are those the only things that are keeping you from moving forward here today?
Yeah, it's just a big decision, and I like you guys, I like your references, I like, the reviews and stuff like that. I just want to be sure.
Okay. Let me ask you, what do you mean by that?
Well, I just want to make sure that this is the right fit for us. We're spending a large portion of our budget here on the photos and on the video and that sort of stuff because it's, this is the stuff that you'll be able to keep forever. The flowers and stuff I won't be able to keep forever. That's like, I don't even care about the flowers. I don't care about the decorate. Like, this is the stuff you'll keep forever. It's a big deal. I just want to make sure that this is the right fit for us.
Okay. I can appreciate that. Let me ask you, assuming that price wasn't an issue, you had all the money in the world, what was the main reason that you liked our packages maybe versus other people's packages or other packages that you've seen as you've gone around and done your due diligence? What do you like the most about our photography packages?
I just liked the quality. The quality was there. I liked that you did the unlimited time thing. Like that you did unlimited time, wasn't an hourly thing. I liked how everybody here was, they seemed professional. They dressed well, but they weren't like overly snooty. Like they're, good. Like seemed to be good people. Like I liked all that. I liked the products you have. I liked all that stuff.
Okay. Well, you're exactly right. In fact, what most of our clients originally felt was the exact same thing that you're feeling now when we first started working with them. Furthermore, what you said about the unlimited time has turned out to be one of the biggest things for all of the brides and grooms that we have worked with, and that's why we offer that. So we don't charge you extra if you go over the allotted 4 to 6 hours that you book for us. You get to have the night as you planned it rather than our schedule. And the quality photos that you mentioned, they are some of the best in the industry. And in fact, all the brides and grooms that have previously used us have rated us so well that we're in the Knot.com's Hall of Fame based solely on reviews from brides. And so what they found is that it is a big investment, but it's been one of the best investments that they've made to capture the perfect night of your wedding. So let me ask you, did you want to go ahead and do the package A or the package B with one photographer or two photographers?
And so now you've put to rest my scaredness or my inability to decide right there on the spot to say, I don't know if this is a good decision. I just want to be sure. And you're saying hundreds of other brides have already said this is the move.
This is the move.
Okay.
This is the jam.
This is the jam.
This is the hot sauce.
So for the people at home taking notes, give them the summary one more time. The bam, bam, bam. Give them the summary of the moves here.
Okay, here are the moves. 1, empathize. The way to empathize is you're actively listening. You're repeating back to the buyer what they are saying. So what you're saying is that blank. And they're going to say, yes, exactly. You get it. Okay, it's a way to show that you are actively listening. Number 2, you got to appreciate. I can appreciate that. Let me ask you, what do you mean by that? You appreciate them. You appreciate. Okay. Number 3, ask a leading question. Assuming that you did feel good about it, assuming that you were making a decision today, what did you like the most about it? What is your favorite part of our package? And then number 4, supporting benefit. You support what you're saying with a fact, with the phraseology, the syntax of, in fact, many of our clients originally felt the exact same way that you do now when we first started working with them. In fact, this is what they said. Bang. And then you go back into the close, and that's the move. That is the jam.
That is the jam.
Yeah.
Is this an effective jam?
Yeah.
Does this work in sales situations?
It's got to be jam because jelly don't shake like that.
Does this work in relationship situations? Can you be talking to somebody now? Because this is a little dirty once you know the moves.
Yeah, once you know the moves.
Once you know the moves, it's a little bit dirty.
As long as you're always using this for positive
Don't
motives,
use this for the dark side.
Don't use this for the dark side. Your intentions must be good using this move.
But you could use it for the dark side, and it would be effective.
That's a different episode.
Don't use this weaponry for the dark side.
That's right.
Okay. And there you go. That is the deal wheel. The deal wheel. Last thought here on the deal wheel. When you're doing the wounded dog, are you making them feel like me as the buyer just made it awkward? Like not you as the seller, like me as the buyer. I just said something that you weren't ready for. Like you were like, oh, that's a weird, like this isn't how people normally behave. Is that kind of like the, like
you have your family has a couple dogs, right?
Well, yeah.
You get them when they were puppies?
Yes.
Did you accidentally ever step on them?
Yes.
It'd be kind of like that. It's like you didn't mean to. You didn't
mean to mess up. You kind of messed up, but you didn't mean to. You're a good guy.
Yeah. So it's like you watched somebody else step on your puppy. It's like, oh,
you stepped on my puppy.
I can appreciate that. Yeah.
And then me being the good guy, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to step on your puppy. Tell me more.
Yeah, Dan's a great guy.
There you go. That's the deal wheel. And that was episode 63 of the Daily Hustle.
I was just going to say, if you want the downloadable, again, just email us at info@thrive15.com. I know that there's a number of people that are watching this right now, and they're like, I could do this. I'm watching it in my car. I'm driving.
They're watching it in their car.
They're watching it in their car.
They've got the DVD players and the headsets.
Yeah.
And like the back of the...
Yeah. Their kids are watching it too.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah. And so they need the downloadable.
They've got some neon lights going.
We were a little off.
We were in different cars.
Oh, okay. That's amazing. If you want the downloadable, email us at info@thrive15.com.
And there you go. That is all for episode 63. Coming on back to episode 64 coming up next time. We're talking about Facebook ads for your business and the details of why that might be a good fit for you. Boom. Over there to my left, Marshall F. Morris. Over here, Daniel McKenna. This has been episode 63 of The Daily Hustle. We'll see you next time. Boom.